Thank you so much for tuning into Business Women of DeSoto. I'm Jill Santibanez, and look who we have today.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Wallace, and I'm the reigning Miss Olive Branch 2022.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is just so exciting. I was actually so lucky to be one of the judges for the Miss Olive Branch pageant,
Yes.
and she did an amazing job. And these girls, they're asked questions where, I mean, I was shy in high school, and you're going to be a senior this year
Yes.
in high school, and actually at Center Hill High School in Olive Branch. But you're so brave, not just to be competing, even though you've been competing since you were 5, but just to, like, off the cuff answer questions, to sit there among 6 judges, including myself, but of course I'm very sweet. But you're just so brave to do, and they were all sweet too. But you're just so brave to do this, but you have your family. Your family's been here for about 100 years. You said in Olive Branch,
Yes.
so you had your family there cheering you on, and how exciting is that? So I know you're still taking it in, but congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I've had the time of my life so far, and it's only been a couple months since I was crowned. So
I know.
I'm looking forward to the next couple months.
Yes, because you're now an ambassador of Olive Branch, which is going to be really exciting. So let's jump right into your background, because you have an interesting background. So you're allergic to 6 of the 9 food allergies.
Yes, I'm allergic to dairy, egg, peanuts, tree nuts, fish, and shellfish.
Oh my goodness.
So a lot of allergies. I've been allergic to those, and I used to be allergic to gluten and soy when I was little. So
Wow.
8 of the top 9 I used to be allergic to since I was 5 months old. And through being allergic to all of these foods, I created a platform a couple years ago called EpiCare's Epinephrine Education and Awareness.
Incredible.
Yes, throughout the years, I've learned how important it is to carry an EpiPen on you, and that's why I created my platform, so I can educate others not only knowing how important it is to know how to use them, but carrying one on you at all times.
Yes, and like you were saying earlier today, you were saying that besides the EpiPen, there's also an alternative, because sometimes the EpiPen can be expensive. So what is that alternative?
So the alternative is the AviQ.
Okay.
I used to have the AviQ. I know a lot of people aren't able to afford the EpiPen. It's very expensive, and I wish that would change, but
Yes, right.
for the longest time I carried an AviQ, and I didn't have to use it, but when I was able to get the EpiPen a couple years after that, I had my first anaphylactic reaction, and
Oh my goodness.
I'm
so glad you're okay.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I had to use the EpiPen, and it was very scary.
Yes.
But I honestly don't know if I would be able to be here if I didn't have the EpiPen on me.
Yes,
at that time.
And your parents are great, because they made sure you have it, and even in school, because when you're a student, you're thinking, I need my books, but you have to carry your EpiPen.
Yes.
So that's difficult. And is it like temperature regulated? I don't know if people know these things.
You aren't allowed to put it in heat for a very long time, because the medicine can get affected from the heat. So you're supposed to keep it in like a room temperature kind of level,
Yeah. So don't leave it outside in the heat.
Yes,
probably.
and don't put it in too cold of weather. So
Wow,
I have to be
it's
sure
tricky.
to take it into. I have a medicine bag that has all my medicines in it. So when I'm in the car and driving somewhere, when I get back home, I have to remember and tell myself I need to take this inside, because if it stays out in the heat too long, I don't know what's going to happen to it.
And it's not going to be effective anymore.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot to remember when you're a teen. And so you're a 5th generation Olive Branchian. I love that word. The Wallace family, which is your family, they've been here for almost 100 years. How exciting for you to be Miss Olive Branch.
Yes.
And your family has such a great legacy here.
Just to be on that stage and hear my name called was an unreal feeling.
Oh, yeah.
And especially not just for me, but for my family out in the audience. They freaked out when I won.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, and I was there. I'm sure,
honor.
yeah. It was, everybody went wild. The crowd went wild. And Sam was there, too, our former mayor, Mr. Sam Rikard was there, and he said, I knew she was going to win. He has his own judging behind the scenes. He was the MC that night, but he knew you were going to win. You did such an amazing job. So you're going to be, again, you're going to be a senior at Center Hill, and you're going to be a cheerleader, and you're juggling everything, but you're maintaining solid grades. How do you do that? I mean, give people some insight, because you're also dealing with all these allergies.
Yes, it can be very hard at times because I do so much.
Yes.
But I do have a planner at home that every morning and every night I kind of just write down what I'm doing this week. And it really helps me staying on task and staying organized throughout the week, especially trying to maintain grades. It can be hard.
Yeah, because you're doing these pageants and you're doing so many things. So let's talk about the pageants, because you've actually been doing this for 5 years. You've held 3 state titles: Miss Preteen Magnolia State, Mississippi Cinderella Miss, and Junior Miss Magnolia State. And you're also competing in July for Miss Mississippi Teen Volunteer, and you were a second runner-up in the talent preliminary and a talent preliminary winner. So for 5 years, or since you were 5, I'm sorry, since you were 5. Now, were you ever shy? Because I was shy as a kid. I think I stepped out of it maybe, you know, like around 14, and then a little after high school. But how amazing. Like, so you're kind of scrutinized, right? You think about that.
With having all these allergies, and I also have eczema and asthma.
Wow.
When I was little, I didn't really fit in, and I was bullied for a very long time.
I'm sorry.
And this was when I did not do pageants. And my mom, she waited until I was about 5 years old so I could, you know, form my own choice on if I wanted to do.
You're still so little. I have a 3-year-old, and I'm like, when you're 5, I can't imagine. Go ahead,
But when she asked me, I'm so thankful that I said yes, because pageants have really changed my life. When I started doing pageants, I went from a shy, reserved little kid who was bullied to somebody who met so many people and stepped out of her box. And pageants have truly changed my life. I know that sounds so dramatic, but it really did.
I understand it. Well, even to be poised, to be a lady, and you also network, so you're meeting friends.
Yes.
And I'm all about it. I'm all about my daughter being like girly, because I love it, right? So you probably love the dresses and the makeup and the hair.
Yes, I'm so girly.
Yes.
I recently created a little makeup tutorial on my TikTok because I love doing makeup.
Right.
And I am just the girliest of the girls.
And not everybody knows how to apply makeup. I mean, I still watch those YouTube tutorials. I won't lie.
I do
because
too.
Because you learn different techniques. You learn like shadowing, eyes, eyebrows, lips, whatever. And for every occasion.
Yes, I love doing my own makeup. I started watching makeup tutorials when I was about 5 years old, and
oh my goodness,
I have come a long way
since you were 5. I can't believe that. I mean, my daughter's on YouTube, but she was telling me yesterday, "Mommy, I need makeup." I was like, "I'm sure you want makeup. I will give you your pretend makeup. You're not there yet."
Yeah.
So, how old were you when you started doing your makeup and your hair and everything like that? I'm sure you got it done. Did your mom help you with that?
So, for the longest time when I was little, I had my makeup done by Erica Houston Holland, and she is amazing. She's my godmother, actually. And
sweet. Shout out to her.
Yes. Hey. She used to do my makeup and hair for my pageants until I got old enough, and she kind of was also a great role model for me when I was trying to learn makeup.
Sweet.
And I've learned all my tips and tricks from her. About when I started makeup, I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
And I was looking at makeup tutorials, doing my makeup, looking at hair tutorials, doing my hair.
That's so smart, though. You study.
And I just love doing it. So, I started about 10 years old.
That's impressive. That's so impressive. Let's talk about your being a vocalist, because that's wonderful. Because it's, when you're your Miss Celebrant, it's kind of good to be well-rounded, right?
Yes.
You're not just great at one thing. You're great at so many things, and to have a wonderful bio. So you're a vocalist, and you're working with Austin Carroll Vocal Arts since you were 7, actually.
Yes.
And you've won, again, many awards with that. So, and you've performed the national anthem for so many people. So Mississippi Grizzlies, or I'm sorry, the Memphis Grizzlies, Memphis Hustle, Ole Miss, University of Memphis, and you sang at the Miss America Outstanding Teen Preliminaries.
Yes.
So that is a big song. It really is.
I love getting to perform. Singing is honestly my passion. I've been going to vocal lessons since I was about 7 or 8 with Austin Carroll, and he is an amazing vocal coach. I love him, and I am so honored to be able to sing the national anthem at so many places, especially one of them being Miss America's Outstanding Teen, and also Ole Miss. Being able to perform that is, I still get that little chill of a feeling every time I do.
and all of the attention's on you.
Yes.
And again, it's a big song. So that vocal range, you really have to take your lessons and really do. So how long have you been singing the national anthem? Like, when did that start? Like, what age?
So I've been singing the national anthem since I was probably about 13. I think the first place I sang the national anthem at was my mom's pageant. She's actually a director for Miss Memphis and Shelby County Volunteer, and I got to sing the national anthem at her pageant, and I was very excited.
Oh, I'm sure she was proud, too.
Yes.
That's my daughter.
She was backstage taking a video of me. So she is my #1 supporter.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure she knows everything that you're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Like all the steps you're supposed to be taking. But you've been doing this for a long time, so you're kind of like, I got this, Mom.
So for the longest time when I was competing in pageants, she would take me everywhere, at every appearance, every pageant I was going to. And it's been a big change since I got my driver's license and since I turned 17. I've been feeling and being more independent, and so she's just back at home watching me and watching everything I do. She is the best supporter.
Because you're really responsible anyway.
Yes.
So you're like, I can take that extra step to show up, to look great, because you're camera ready, you look amazing.
Thank you.
And your mom even told me yesterday, she's like, I know she's got this.
Yes.
She doesn't need me today, because you're doing such a great job. You're doing such a great job. So what is the summer looking like for you? Because you're going to be Miss Olive Branch for a whole year, which is so exciting.
Yes.
So what are you going to be doing?
I recently have been going to a lot of ribbon cuttings, and
exciting.
I hope to be going to more for the rest of my reign. And also with my title, I also want to promote my platform, EpiCare's Epinephrine Education and Awareness.
That's wonderful.
And going to schools and teaching little ones about allergies. And this summer, I actually have a state pageant in July, Miss Mississippi Teen Volunteer.
So fun.
Where last year I placed second alternate, and this year it's my last year to compete. So hopefully I do good, and I'm very thrilled to be competing again.
That's so wonderful. And then, of course, you're going to start school. Are you going to start schooling in June? Or not June?
So,
like around August,
yes,
maybe?
so the middle of August is when I start school. And I'm a senior this year.
That's so
exciting.
exciting.
And I'm on the cheer team. I'm very excited.
Yeah. and also to be starting with this title as well. So your teachers, do they understand that you're going to have to kind of leave for ribbon cuttings and all that stuff? Because it's going to be a balancing act.
My teachers at my school and my principal, they are amazing.
Yeah.
They know that with this job of Miss Olive Branch and with all that I do, that sometimes I will be able to be like out of school because I have so much going on, but they're very understanding. And it's hard sometimes, but when I am out of school, I make sure to get all my makeup work done.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you're an excellent student. And thank you so much for being here and sharing everything that you do
much.
And your wonderful background and your wonderful family. I know that they played a huge role in how you're turning out, and you're a wonderful young lady. So thank you
so much.
Thank you so much for everything you're doing and being here. This has been Jill Santibanez with Businesswomen of DeSoto and
Rebecca Wallace, Miss Olive Branch 2022.